Hey, how are you? I'm gonna paint a painting, and I'm using my pastels that are you put water on them, and then they turn to watercolor. But I was looking at my big creative mess painting that I did, and it's still sitting in my office on the easel. I kind of just like it there, and I was like, oh, why haven't I done more of these? And so when I sat down, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a spooky version. And so I'm picking out some spooky colors and filming part of it for the TikTok version of this video. And that's what I'm doing. I don't have a plan really. I was just gonna scribble and then hope it would come to me. Also, look at my ponytail bun. That's saggy. Well, I was gonna do it like the other one, the creative mess. Is that what I called it? I think that's what I called it. And I just scribbled the background, did a fun background, sprayed water on it, and then did blob flowers. So I was like, okay, I'll do that, but then I'll also throw in blob pumpkins and other spooky creatures that may come my way. And so here I am scribbling, and then I'm spraying it with water, and it kind of disappears. And then after I spray it with water, the pastels get way more pigmented, so I go back in and color again, and then I spray it again. And this water bottle isn't the one I was using. I kind of just want this is like a fancy hair one where it like mists. It mists. And that's not necessary, but it's the only one I could find. And I actually need to find the other one because I want that one for my hair at home. So that's something for all of us to think about. Here I am outlining again because the pumpkins disappeared into the drip painting, and I left the bottom like that. See how it looks drippy? And then I left you'll see the bottom of it too. But I'm adding some dark blue stars. I was trying to think of colors, and I wanted it mostly orange, but obviously it can't all be orange. I threw in some blue, some purple, some dark blue, and some yellow. I'm adding the brown stems. I love making these, but there is also, I panic at every turn. Okay, not every turn, but some turns. Well, I do that with all my art. But there's always a moment where I'm like, I'm gonna have to scrap this. Where I'm like, oh, this isn't, what's happening here? But like, not really for this one. I've really thought that for some, but this one like kind of, yeah, I was like, what is this? Is this gonna be ugly? Here I am washing what's on this? Oh, was I priming a canvas for something else? I don't know. It's a mystery to me. It's a mystery to you. Now I'm wetting the sponge so I was like, what if I dip I didn't want to spray it again, but I need the canvas wet. So I just kind of dripped it in a few places and then in the spaces that I wanted to draw on too. And I was okay if it dripped a little bit. I just didn't want it to rain, you know? Because I don't want it to erase what I've done. I'm drawing some little bats. Anyways, but I was trying to dip the crayon, the pastel, into the wet sponge. That didn't really work. It only works to wet the surface and then go in. So yeah. And I'm drawing the faces on the jack-o'-lanterns. They're so cute. I love that one with the squiggly mouth and those kind of eyes. That's my favorite one. And ooh, we got a close-up shot. Here we go. What kind of mouth are we doing? Oh, it's a squiggle. Wee, 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 wee. And that's sure what we did. I had to dry it off because it was too wet. And that's okay. We figured it out. I added a little moon. I added stars everywhere. I did those like blue sparkly star type ones, and then I did normal tiny stars. I tried to add a little cat head, and then I was like, no. No. And I don't want to figure that out. So I just erased it. And I wet it with water again, and then got the paper towel, and that lifts it off, and then covered it with orange. It's not totally lifted, but it doesn't matter because everything is chaos and nothing matters in this. And I did little purple flowers thrown in. Also, I talk about Lost in every video, but I am watching it, so what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just telling you that obviously you can see it in the background. And it's a bit distracting, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get it in there, but also maybe you'd like to watch some Lost in 20 times speed, and you can. Actually, this isn't that much speed. This is like 4 times speed. Ow, I bumped my elbow. I did some little blue flowers too. Also, here I needed more detail, and I can't get that with the pastels. So I brought out my watercolor brush and added a face on that little tiny one, and then just details everywhere else. And then I'm outlining the flowers more and adding some little stars with the black watercolor. I just love filling all the space given to me on the canvas and just filling it up. You know, no thought, just fill that space. And sometimes I'm like, hey, you don't need, like, maybe just negative space, anybody? No, not to me. Every space will be scribbled on. Also, look at this. Look at that close-up. I try to occasionally remember to get close-ups, but it's hard because I don't want to be moving the camera while I'm working that much, you know? And I can't zoom in after the fact because it's blurry, you know? So it's like, whatever. But here's our good shot. Look at that. Wow. It is amazing what a difference this finer watercolor outline made to this. And I just kept adding definition. I wanted, like, more depth. And so, but yeah, I'm right. So I end up scribbling some darker colors kind of around the pumpkins to make them pop, but we're not there yet. And here I am outlining the stars. And the squiggles. I try to do the squiggles everywhere, and the air just cut on. Hold on. But yeah, I truly just stare at the painting until until I figure out what it needs. And so I add things. I'm like, okay. And then I add some more. I'm like, all right. And then I add some more. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm so excited. I'm loving it. I'm saying, this is so fun. That's what I said. And I love the vintage Halloween vibe. So that's kind of what I was going for with this. I ended up calling it Vintage Halloween Party, which is so fun. And look at them. They're just having a party. And here I am adding the darker blue, I believe that is. Just kind of around the pumpkins, and then I added water to that to add some darker spots everywhere. Sorry, I started watching Lost in the background and I got distracted. I cannot wait. So I have my own house now. I cannot wait to decorate it for Halloween and fall and Christmas. But Halloween, I want to put some pumpkins on the porch. I want to get the 10-foot skeleton. I'm just kidding. Put it in my yard. I'm just kidding. I kind of want to get just something fun for the yard, front yard. And then I want some lights. I want some, I don't know, what else can I do? I've got a cute little porch area. I want a new swing for my porch. And I also want to paint the door because it's an ugly color. And also because we got new locks and it like left this big white space. But that's besides the point. I'm getting off topic. Now I'm adding watercolor to the sides. I was like, what am I going to do for the sides? Because on one of the sides, it's the watercolor drip. So I was like, I know. See, right there. Look at the angle of this. Oh my gosh, look at it. I looked at it in the camera as I was painting, and I was like, look at it. It just looks so cool. But yeah, I did this other side's dark blue. And I think that's cool. I sure do. And the print of this is on my website. There's Scooby in the background. He approves. And I'll sell the original eventually. I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. Okay, love you. Bye.